Welcome back to the channel, guys. So today we've got something a bit different. We've got a HO video today, and this is for Rob Sale. So Rob wasn't going to get this car because of funds. So I said, look, I'm going to buy you the car. Make sure you don't miss out, because this is an MR1 Porsche, and so this was when Scale Electric first released HO. This was the car that this was the type of car that they produced. So these cars are a little bit like AFX cars, because they've actually got the sprung metal contact shoes, unlike the braid system that Scale Electric now use. And these cars represent really good quality and value. And these are quite rare now. I've also got exactly the same Porsche, but with a Demon Tweaks livery. And I just picked this up for Rob, and I'm going to give him this at the Slot Fest. So today what we're going to be doing is doing a bit of a tune-up. So I bought some new tyres for it, and we're just going to take it apart and give it a good clean. I don't want to be too aggressive with it, because I don't want to take any of the livery off, because it is an old car. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some household soap, and a cotton bud and some water. We're just going to gently clean the car and take all the dirt off of it. And then once we've done that, we're going to apply some polish, which will protect the decals and the car into the future. So I have actually borrowed the wife's tweezers, but shh, don't say anything. But I am going to wash these after, so it doesn't really matter, does it? Unless Leo watches the video and says, Mum, Dad's used your tweezers on his stock cars. Okay, that has happened before. We had to have a little conversation. Sometimes we don't tell Mum. So yeah. So all I'm going to do is apply some soap to the body, and this is just going to help lift any oils, so any fingerprints, any oils from people that have touched the car. Just trying to get everything here. We can already see that it's getting a bit dirty. We're just going to go into the nooks and crannies. So this is a good option for HO cars, because it kind of gets in there, whereas the 132 you can kind of use like a small paintbrush. I suppose you could use a paintbrush for this, small paintbrush, but I just find this is a really good way of getting in there, and as you get it wet and the soap as well, it kind of clings to the dirt and lifts all the dirt off. So what I'm going to do after I've gone over this with the soap and the water, so it's nice and soapy, I'm just going to give it a quick rinse and a dry, and that will be then ready for polish. There we go. So it's looking a bit better. So that's that bit done. Right, let's tackle the chassis. Don't know if anyone else has been watching that slot car guy, Travis, but he's got a new wood track, and he's been doing quite a lot of work on that. It's looking really, really good. So definitely go and check that out. He's just painting the lines on at the moment. He's done a few lives, and lives have gone really well recently, and a lot of people are joining in, and we're chatting, and it's just good. So yeah, definitely go over there. He's got a membership option as well, so maybe look into that as well. I will be joining that in the future once I've got some money, because I'm a bit tight for money at the moment. So I've had to stop my subscriptions to all slot car channels at the moment, just because I've literally got no money. So yeah, so that's not great, but I will be joining back up once funds become available. So these tyres are rock hard, which I thought they would be. So I've got some replacement silicone tyres. So Rob, if you don't like the silicone tyres, you don't have to keep them. I'll have them back off you. If you want to replace them with rubber tyres, fair enough. What I am going to do is these are going to be thrown away because they're just rock hard and they're going off. And there's no bringing these back. They're all cracked and everything, so they're ready for the bin. So I'm going to clean these hubs, and I'm going to glue the tyres on. So I'm going to glue them on with nail varnish. So if you do need to remove them, Rob, don't worry, it's not super glue, so you will be able to take them off. So all you need to do is get some of the nail varnish remover that I know you use for when you paint your nails, and yeah, just soak them in a bit of nail varnish and tyres should come straight off. So let's just get some of this hair and whatnot. So you'll find, especially if people run these on carpet, both with 132 and HO, you tend to find that you get a lot of accumulation of dirt and hair and stuff, whereas you don't really get that with running them on proper tracks off the floor. You might get a bit of dust and tyre bits that as the tyres wear, but you tend to get on these axles a load of hair and stuff that gets wrapped round. And as we know from Nico's video, that slot car dude, if you're looking for some tuning tips, get over to his channel. He's got a series at the moment on tuning, that you need low resistance on axles. So what I might do actually is get some wet and dry and just see if I can take these hubs off, and run some wet and dry over here just to polish the axles up so they're running really good, and then we'll lubricate them. So I might do that as well. So there's lots of things you can do to cars to get them running quicker. Obviously you're looking for low resistance equals high rolling. Obviously you want a car that rolls well, low friction, so it's more efficient. So we're looking for efficiency as we run the cars. So the less resistance, the better the car is going to run. So pretty much done the hair removal. I might run the cotton bud round just to make sure that I've got everything. Let's just have a look. My eyesight's terrible, so I'm just going to have a quick look. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to go and get a knife, an X-Acto knife, and see if I can get in there a bit more. 2 seconds, guys. Right, back. So we've got that. So obviously be really careful with these. So Ruben, get your dad to help you. I'm sure you do anyway, but just want to get right up to the hubs and just scrape away anything that is stuck. Make sure they're nice and free from all the crud. It's not too bad considering the age of the car. So that should be about right. And then we can just go around with this to try and get it off. The thing I find with HO is just quite fiddly because it's so small. You need good eyesight, which I don't really have. So there we go. So yeah, Travis is doing a really good job at the moment with content. Really enjoying his track builds. Slot sheds coming on loads, so really good. Keep going, Trav. Yeah, we've got UK Slot Car Fest coming up. Pete reckons it was 2 weeks, but actually I think it's 3. So couple of 3 weeks ish, and we will be at UK Slot Car Festival. So I know a lot of people are going, so it'll be good to catch up with people. Yeah. So once we've done the axles, we can get those new tyres on. Actually, I might wait to put the tyres on. That looks clear now. Looks fine. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to wait. So I'm going to get some wet and dry, but I don't have that right now. So probably going to do that off camera, but just talk you through what I'm going to do. Tyres on, glued on, do the axles, Rob, get those polished up with some metal polish that I've got. I might have to get the Dremel out to try and get in there because it's just fiddly. But yeah, so do that. New tyres, these can go in the bin. Right, let's get onto the chassis. Chassis is fairly good in terms of condition for the age of the car. Just going to do the same thing with the chassis as I did with the body. Going to go in there, get some water on there, get some soap on there, and just clear this out. Soap's a natural degreaser, so you don't want to be too harsh with any chemicals that you're using because you don't know how it's going to react with the plastic. So I've got some really heavy duty kind of degreaser that I use for like bikes and all that kind of stuff, but it is really kind of heavy duty, so you just want to be careful and environmentally conscious as well. So soap is great. I think Pete was using soap to get his polish off of his Revo when he was doing his Revo videos on Wired on Wednesdays. So also worth watching because he preps cars. So I think he's prepping his car. He's done the Maserati last week, which was good to watch. That was a slotted Maserati, and he had to flatten the chassis on that one. So it's just not hard to do. There's guides on the Slotted website if people get stuck. Kind of gives you all the information that you need to get the job done. I mean, Slotted should pretty much run out the box anyway. It's obviously if you want to go racing that you really need to. Obviously, if the chassis is massively out of shape, then I would argue that that's not really acceptable. But I mean, this wasn't massively. let's not go down the Revo slot rabbit hole, and pretty fed up with that. So I took my 510 to the track, and it turns out it's only as quick as a Scalextric car, so tuned Scalextric car. So yeah, not that impressed with the 510, to be honest. I've got the Revo GT2 Porsche. Really like that. Goes really well. That's probably as fast as a slotted car, so pretty happy with that performance wise. But yeah, the Datsun, it rolled out of corners. So when I put the power on down the big straight, it's got a tendency to kind of roll. Obviously, with club controllers and stuff, you can tune the everything in. But I did get it going a bit better. But overall, I'm not that impressed, to be honest with it. Definitely not impressed with the customer service. That's non-existent. So I sent them an email saying, you know, I've had issues with my bolts for the motor, and I've had issues with just a few quality issues that I don't think is acceptable. And they never replied. So there you go. That's the kind of company you're dealing with. Right. I think that's good. I'm not going to go to, obviously, I could strip this all down and wash it all out, but honestly, it's not that bad, Rob. So what I'm going to do is just probably leave it at that. I'm going to get another fresh cotton bud, go in there with a bit of water, clean it all off, and dry it. If I take all this to bits, you risk losing the springs, and I don't know if the springs are the same size as the AFX springs, so I don't want to mess it up. And I haven't really got time to get parts and order parts, so we're not that far away from the UK Slot Fest, so I'm just going to leave this as is. It's fine as it is. The last thing I'm going to do is put some oil, so use this needler and put some oil on the front axle, rear axle, and then I'm going to put some grease on the pinion and crown gear. Just it's quite a smooth gear mesh at the moment, but I'm just going to sort it out, put a bit of grease on there just so it's lubricated. I'll varnish the fronts as well, so yeah, it should be good to go. I mean, it's a bit of play in the front axle, which is not ideal. You could put spacers, some plastic spacers in, but I don't think I've got any for HO. I think I've only got spacers for 132, but they're not expensive, and that just straightens that just takes the slack out of the front axle, which will help with performance. So you know, but I'm not sure how bothered you are with that. These go pretty well. So my Demon Tweaks is really good, Rob, around the track. It's really fast. So I can imagine that you're going to have a lot of fun on your track because it's quite big. You'll be able to get this going really quick. So look forward to seeing your videos and shorts and everything else. So yeah, so that's the car, Rob, and I'll do a little short maybe, depending on time that I've got, and yeah, hope you're happy with it. Okay, till later, guys. Take care, and see you soon.